UCSP fanatics, masayang buhay! Welcome to Quarter 2, 5th episode of UCSP by Senior High Tech TV. A diverse approach to understanding culture, society, and politics. This time, let's have first a recap with our previous lesson about social inequality by playing a game titled Sinets Ite. Here are the mechanics of the game. Analyze the following statements that I will be presenting and choose the letter of the correct answer based from your own perception. Are you ready, dear UCSP fanatics? Let's start the game!
Sinets Ite! Question number 1. What project of the government aims to improve and accelerate infrastructure spending and develop industries? A. BMCRRP. B. BBP. The correct answer is BBP. Question number 2. This program is a human development measure of the national government that provide cash grants to the poorest of the poor. What is it? A. 4-piece. B. BBP. The correct answer is 4-piece. Question number 3. What project of the DILG aims to heighten community movement by mobilizing the organization in the fight against illegal drugs and corruption? A. Masa Masid. B. MCCT program. The correct answer is Masa Masid. Question number 4. What program of the DTI aims for the recovery and rehabilitation need of micro and small entrepreneurs? A. BBP. B. LSP. The correct answer is LSP. And question number 5. What program aims to provide social protection services fit to the needs of IPs, homeless, and families in need? A. MCCT program. B. 4-piece. The correct answer is MCCT program. Nice job, dear UCSP fanatics! It seems that you really understood our topic last meeting.
I am Teacher A, and together we'll expand our consciousness on the different concepts about the major examples of social inequality. Are you aware that there are some major examples of social inequality? Join me and let's analyze and enjoy watching a beautiful rendition of a spoken poetry by Jasmine Yee.
Bakla, tomboy, babae, lalaki, mahirap, mayaman, maitim, maputi, kayumanggi, mataba, payat, gwapo, maganda. Hindi kagwapuhan, hindi kagandahan. Bakit kaya itong laging basihan para ikay irespeto? Bakit kaya marami ang hindi maayos kong itrato? Sa mundong mapanghusga, nakapaloob ang masasakit na salita. Salita na kayang pumatay ng tao, galing sa mapangmatang mga nilalang na akala mo perpekto. Ang mga taong mapanghusga, hindi nakikita ang mali sa sarili nila, pero ang pagkakamali ng iba lagi nilang napupuna. Ang LGBT community. Cancer daw sa lipunan. Tampulan ng tukso at laging hinuhusgahan. Hindi matanggap ng marami dahil may iba ang kasarian. Hindi naman tayo perpekto. Ngunit bakit ang ilan sa iba ay nawawalan na ng respeto na kahit anong gawin mo, may masasabi at masasabi pa rin silang masama sa'yo. Kapag babae ka, ang tingin nila agad sa'yo mahina. Hindi mo daw kayang gawin ang mga nagagawa nila kasi nga babae ka. Kapag lalaki naman, laging tingin ng karamihan manloloko. Laging tingin ng karamihan maganda lang ang gusto. Laging tingin ng karamihan nagpapakasarap sa bisyo. Bakit kaya hindi pantay-pantay ang tingin sa mga tao? Bakit kaya hindi na lang lahat ay magkasundo? Dahil sa panahon ngayon, kapag naiiba ka, iisipin nila isa kang patapon. Payat man o mataba, hindi dapat kinukutya. Maitim man o maputi, may karapatan din itrato na mabuti. Mahirap man o mayaman, maayos dapat pakisamahan. Gwapo, maganda, hindi kagapuhan, hindi kagandahan. Hindi sila nararapat na husgahan. May iba man ang kasarian nila, hindi dapat sila ginagawang katawa-tawa. Nagkakaiba man tayo, pare-pareho naman tayong hindi perpekto. Nabubuhay tayo sa mundong puno ng diskriminasyon, hindi dapat ay magawa ng aksyon. Tigilan na ang mapanakit na salita, mag-umpisa tayong tumanggap at tumunawa. At bago ka manghusga sa kapwa mo, alamin mo muna ang mali sa sarili mo.
What did you observe on the meaning of the spoken poetry? What are the different ways to address these social inequalities?
If you answer it with your own perception, very good, they're used as fanatics. It means that you already have a prior knowledge about the ways to address major examples of social inequalities. And for the learning competency, suggest ways to address major examples of social inequalities in local, national, and global level. Quarter 2, week 5 and 6. Did you know that RA 9710 or the Magna Carta for Women is a comprehensive women's human rights law that seeks to eliminate discrimination against women by recognizing, protecting, fulfilling, and promoting the rights of Filipino women, especially those marginalized sectors. Previously, you have learned about the different programs that the government implements to address social inequalities, some of which are Universal Health Care Law, 4Ps, and free tuition fee in state universities and colleges. Major examples of social inequality are gender inequality, racial or ethnic inequality, and healthcare inequality. What is gender inequality? Gender inequality is discrimination on the basis of sex or gender, causing one sex gender to be routinely privileged or prioritized over another. Gender equality is a fundamental human right, and that right is violated by gender-based discrimination. The emphasis on gender inequality is born out of the deepening division in the roles assigned to men and women, particularly in the economic, political, and educational spheres. Women are underrepresented in political activities and decision-making process in most states in both the global north and global south. Before 1937, women are not allowed to vote in the Philippines and so are not given positions in the government. According to Borden magazine, there are 9 examples of gender inequality in the world. First, lack of mobility. Second, freedom of marriage. Third, discriminatory divorce rights. Fourth, citizenship. Fifth, frontline combat. 6. Custody rights violence. 7. Professional obstacles. 8. Restricted land ownership. And lastly, 9th, access to education. Learning about this problem reveals that gender equality is central to sustainable progress. These are 9 examples of gender inequality existing in the world today. To address gender inequality, here are 9 ways to promote gender equality in daily life according to Believe.Earth. Number 1. Share household chores and childcare equally. Household chores and children's care are every adult's responsibility. Ask yourself if there is an equal division of labor in your home. Number 2, watch for signs of domestic violence. Get some help and support if you know a friend or acquaintance is suffering from domestic violence or other abuse. Number 3, support mothers and parents. Those responsible for children and teens need support in every society. Number 4, reject racist attitude. Do not make comments that demean or humiliate women, black people, indigenous people, members of the LGBTQIA community, or any other historically marginalized groups. Number 5, help women gain power. According to 2017 data from UN Women, only 17 countries have female heads of state or government. Number 6, listen and reflect. The important thing is to be aware of our sexist assumptions and challenge them. 7, hire diversity. Value, stimulate, and hire diverse teams. 8, pay and demand the same salary for equal work. It is important to observe and support the same salary, benefits, and bonuses to employees with equivalent positions. And lastly, number 9, sexual harassment and racism. Zero tolerance. Employees must have a safe channel to report bullying, sexual harassment, and racism without being exposed or dismissed. What is race or ethnic inequality? Henrar 2000 stated that racial or ethnic inequality is the result of hierarchical social distinctions between racial and ethnic categories within a society, and often established based on characteristics such as skin color and other physical characteristics or an individual's place of origin or culture. When wealth and poverty are clearly associated with distinct ethnic groups, the resulting ethnic inequality hampers the development by generating hatred, social mobility, envy, sense of unfairness, and conflict, which create obstacles to the smooth functioning on the policy and the economic system. In USA, in the 1950s and before, African Americans experienced institutional discrimination. in some instances, African Americans are not allowed to enter establishments for the whites. How to address race or ethnic inequality. Number 1. Respect cultural and racial differences. Number 2. Refuse to initiate, participate, or condone discrimination and harassment. Number 3. Avoid race-based or culturally offensive humor or pranks. And number 4, establish an understanding of race equity and inclusion principles. Ethnic and gender inequality are manifestations of what is called glass ceiling. It is an unofficial but real impediment to somebody's advancement into upper-level management positions because of the discrimination based on the person's gender, age, race, ethnicity, or sexual preference. In addition, health inequalities are also barriers to equality. Health inequalities are differences in health status or in the distribution of health resources between different population groups arising from the social conditions in which people are born, grow, live, work, and age. Health inequalities are unfair and could be reduced by the right mix of government policies. What are the different health inequalities? Number 1, health status. For example, life expectancy and prevalence of health conditions. Number 2, access to care. For example, availability of treatments. Number 3, quality and experience of care. For example, levels of patient satisfaction. Number 4, behavioral risk health. For example, smoking rates. Number 5, wider determinants of health. For example, quality of housing. Public health can contribute to reducing health inequities by: first, integrating health equity considerations into policy and programs. Second, collaborating with other sectors to address inequities. Third, engaging with communities to support their efforts to address inequalities. Fourth, identifying the reduction of health inequalities. Social inequalities are present in all kinds of community, whether in the local, national, or global level. As a Filipino citizen, there are a lot of ways you can do to address social inequalities. For instance, you can start by promoting equality in the classroom, simply by acknowledging and respecting the ideas of your classmates, whether they are of different gender or ethnicity. And to process all the things that you've learned this episode, let's have your last activity by playing a game titled Anes Ide. Here are the mechanics of the game. Analyze the following pictures that I will be presenting and identify if what major example of social inequality is being presented. Are you ready, dear UCSP fanatics? Let's start the game!
Anes Ite. Picture number 1. Gender inequality, race inequality, or healthcare inequality. And the correct answer is race inequality. Picture number 2. Gender inequality, healthcare inequality, or race inequality. Correct answer is healthcare inequality. And last picture. Gender inequality, healthcare inequality, or race inequality. And the correct answer is gender inequality.
Very good there, UCSP fanatics. It seems that you really understood our topic discussed today. Thank you, dear senior high school learners. Stay tuned with our next episodes for more UCSP lessons. I hope that you have learned something today. See you again in the next episode, only here in Senior High Tech TV. Have a nice day, everyone. Masayang buhay. Once again, I am Teacher A, your partner in fighting for your dreams.